Hi, I'm Peg Harbaugh, broker and owner for Cox Springs Realty. I want to talk to you today about getting ready to sell your property and the things you should be considering. There is a very long list. When you sit down and have an appointment with your real estate agent or me, we can visit about the things in detail. I'm going to hit the high spots today. When you're getting your property ready for sale, there are some things that you need to be mindful of. Curb appeal is a big one. If you drive by your property and something grabs your attention in a negative way, you need to address it. I'm also going to say with any of these things that I'm going to share with you that if you have a friend or a family member who will be honest with you, get them in your corner, take them to your home, take them through your home and ask for their opinion. And a second set of eyes is very important. It's a good thing. I remember one time I was listing a property we had for sale, our own home, and my friend who who could see things that I couldn't see. We got to the last room in the tour and she stammered and she stuttered and she was afraid to tell me that these blue curtains that I had in my living room were horrible. They didn't match anything. I had my seller's goggles on. I lived in the home for a couple of years and I couldn't even see them anymore. So she kind of, oh, what about those curtains? And I thought, oh my goodness, thank you. So I switched out the curtains, but another set of eyes is very helpful when you're getting ready. And certainly a real estate person's eyes going through will hopefully benefit you a lot in this process as well. But things like the front door. You know, you walk up to a front door, if it's dusty or dirty or, grimy or covered with cobwebs, it's just not a good impression walking in. I will tell you that when I put a key into a door to open it up, if it's, worn or, loose, or again, if the whole appeal isn't there, it really sets the tone for what the buyer can expect walking in. It's amazing the impression that makes. Some other things, open spaces, clean corners, clean paint jobs. There's nothing that is more frustrating than walking into a beautiful home only to see a cheap, shoddy paint job. It's so distracting. It takes people's eyes away from the good things that are in the property directly to the things that aren't quite right. So paint is a huge one. You want neutral colors. Right now it's grays and blues and light tans and grays and those kinds of things. So if you have something very bold, something, 90s or even 2000s, a fresh paint job goes a long ways. Same thing with carpet. Carpet and paint are inexpensive and can save you a ton of money or make you a ton of money when it comes to the person being willing to spend their money to buy your home. Pets should not be present during showings. When you are getting ready to sell your property, think about the pet situation. I've had people that I've actually asked if they could, send their pets to grandma's house until the property was sold. At first they were taken aback, and I understand, I have pets of my own. But after they thought about it, it made sense. And I believe it helped us to sell their home really quickly because those pets weren't interfering with anything. It made showings easier, the house was cleaner, there weren't any smells, and certainly the pets weren't around to potentially intimidate or, cause any problems with the buyers. So other things to be considered, talk with a real estate agent before you make any major improvements. Granite countertops are expensive. Maybe your house should have those if you're in a certain price range. Maybe your house doesn't require those, and if you put it in, you will not get a return on those on that investment. So keep those kinds of things in mind. It's important that you get a good real estate agent to come through your property before you list it in order to tell you, here's the things that need to be done. Here are the big things. Here are the things that are not important. They know. I know. I can tell you by walking through your house the value of certain things improvements, fixes, changes that should be made in order to best market the property. So get ready to clean, get ready to declutter, get ready to freshen up and shine and polish. My husband always jokes and says, whenever our house has been for sale, which has been 7 times, I have it looking as though no one lives there. And I told him precisely, it needs to be that good. So if you're thinking about selling, get your checklist ready, and then get your agent on the line and say, hey, let's go through this house and see what needs to be done. You'll be so glad you did when it comes time to actually put the pen to the paper to list the property. All of that stuff is done, and then it gets fun.